Roberts, our producer, therefore, letting us know we were moving to another camera here. And look, if every street looked like this in downtown Atlanta, we'd be fine right now. This is right bordering Centennial Olympic Park. The park is officially closed, and we heard from the head of security there at Georgia World Congress Center earlier, who said, look, because of the damage sustained on Friday, that's why the park was closed. News Chopper 2 showing a very different scene. A lot of people there still in the streets. Also, a heavy presence of law enforcement, Justin.
No question about it. When you see these wide shots, you're really starting to get a fair depiction of, we're just about at nightfall. And so we're going to push back in all the way now. Really incredible footage as you get the perspective of this city. And we're going to push back in now. Let's shoot this barricade. And this has sort of become a little bit of an epicenter of the situation. At least that was the attempt, it seems, by some in the crowd a little while ago when they were trying to set fires. Basically, it was a barricade. They were gathering wood from somewhere. It looks like, I think, a construction site. There was some construction happening right there. And there was a lot of wood in that area, of course, when you have construction. And they gathered some of the wood and unsuccessfully tried to start a fire.
Yes. The fire was right there, kind of in the middle where you see all of that. There's a couple of fences there that were pulled to the middle, a porta potty there on the ground. But you know what? There was a lot of energy in that area just a moment ago. It looks as though things have calmed down, and everybody on the ground that we've talked to has told you these things kind of go in waves, right? Where the crowd is kind of energized by one thing or another, and then kind of you get into a lull where things are peaceful. And what we're hoping is that as we get closer to this 9 o'clock curfew, we're not just 7 minutes away. But this means that people are going home. The majority of people are getting out of the downtown area just so that police and National Guardsmen who are here are able to do their jobs and make sure the city stays safe. It looks like they are still. There is a small group of people still at that construction site picking things up.
Josh, our producer, may we check in, please, with Audrey, Tom. Okay, so Audrey's going to be into position. She and our reporters are absolutely at their finest this evening and in the evenings past, as they have a challenging job of staying safe, doing their jobs, accurately assessing the situation, staying as level-headed as possible, and they're doing it well. And let's go back to Audrey Washington. What's happening, Audrey?
Hey there. So, you really hit it spot on when you say there tends to be a lot of emotion and then a lull. So right now it appears that we are in that, a lull. But I want to show you what the issue is out here, Justin. You got so many people, right? And then if you look over here, there's a barricade up, right? So obviously you can't go past that point. And then, if you swing over and look over there, there's a barrier right there. So when the fireworks goes off, or when someone hears a big bang, they start scattering everywhere, and there really isn't a lot of places to run. And as Lori said, the park is closed there, so people can't run in there. So people are running right now. We're going to get out. We'll come back to you later.
Audrey's got first-class security with her, and they are going to keep our reporters safe. And she is wise to stay on the move, as what you're looking at now, a live look. You see law enforcement right side of your screen. They have their shields with them this evening. It looks like things are being hurled at them. From what we can tell, it looks to be smoke bombs at some point. They don't know if it's an irritant or a repellent. I do see that familiar green in some of it, but we don't know for sure. There you saw a flash. And now that's intense fireworks. That's what you're seeing. Audrey, you okay?
Hey, yeah, I'm here. Okay. No.
Okay, good.
Okay, and that is Audrey, again, making sure that she is safe. What we're seeing right now, it looks like smoke. That is tear gas. And that is the same thing that police did last night. They put out some tear gas to make sure that if, for instance, people are there and just trying to be peaceful, that they have a physical sign that it is time to leave the area. They've got 5 minutes before the curfew, and so again, that is just tear gas there, which causes you, I don't know if you've ever been tear gassed, Farmer, but it causes you to cough, it irritates your throat and your eyes, and so Audrey experienced that last night, and so tonight, again, she is moving to safety.
Yeah. So we're going to check back in with Audrey when she's available to speak with us. You see now the blue lights of law enforcement vehicles. Here's what's going on, you guys. is, if you're just joining us, there's a curfew tonight, just as there was last night for the city of Atlanta, and I believe 39 or 40 other cities around this country. And it looks like the plan tonight for our town is for there to be enforcement of our curfew, whereas last night it wasn't such a hard line, I think it's fair to say, in terms of trying really to enforce the curfew by getting people dispersed and to go home. And so the next few minutes are going to be truly telling on how the next few hours unfold, as that is law enforcement of various kinds. You know, we have Georgia State Patrol, we have various police forces in town, of course, Atlanta Police, and we have National Guard mobilized in Atlanta and other Georgia cities. And you see the blue lights and the heavy vehicles as they're kind of getting rid of that. It was wooden scaffolding from a construction site in downtown, and some protesters had brought that out on the street, and they had a fire going for maybe 2 minutes. Fire went out. Now you have what appears to be law enforcement, moving that debris to the side, and ostensibly to get those vehicles to continue on their way to keep things under control, which is the goal, of course.
That's right, and we again are coming up 2 minutes now as we're coming up under curfew. It looks as though police are there, and again, making sure that they have dispersed anyone who might be trying to stay out past the curfew. I know that both Audrey and Tom talked to people and said, look, this is our city. We are peaceful. We are here to make a peaceful stance. But even Audrey had mentioned needing to see some people, some out-of-town license plates and people who seem to be there maybe not the intention of just letting their voice be heard as it related to George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor. So again, we're watching as these things evolve, and now we're just 2 minutes to curfew. The National Guard and law officers, I'm not sure if that is National Guard or if those are Georgia State Patrol, but we do know that the law enforcement presence is moving out to, I guess, expand the perimeter that they're protecting and making sure that people know, hey, it's time to go home.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great if it went like that? What we are going to see, you all, this evening is you're going to see, as the National Guard told Channel 2's Mark Winnie here a couple of hours ago, that they're prepared and hoping for the best and planning for something else. And that they intend to walk shoulder to shoulder with law enforcement, which is a really rare thing in this country. So when you're watching this, understand that it is, for good reason, rare when you see National Guard involved shoulder to shoulder, as they put it, with our law enforcement. There's a separation there very purposefully, and that's a history lesson for another day. But when they do come together, it happens in a rare instance such as this. As you well know, there's a state of emergency declared by our governor for these protests that continue to turn into something else as we go later in the evening. And state of emergency, isn't that something as we go? State of emergency pandemic, state of emergency for what's happening on the streets of Atlanta and many cities across this country this evening. And we're now under 10 seconds before the curfew officially is underway.
And then you see on the left, you see that 10 seconds, the movement there by officers. It is now 9 o'clock on the dot. They are making moves because as of now, they have the authority to arrest anyone that's out on the street. There is a city curfew. So again, we've got Atlanta officers being supported by National Guardsmen and just making sure that people know it is now time to go home. Again, we were on air last night until 1 in the morning, and there were still people out even into those late night hours and doing nothing but causing trouble. We had our Audrey Washington on air yesterday and was able to show us where people were busting out windows and doing things, and that is what police are trying to avoid. That's why our mayor put a curfew in place to make sure that we protect not only the physicalness of our city, the buildings, the property, but also the people.
Understood. Audrey Washington has had an eventful last few minutes, smartly getting out of there. We do have security for her. And Audrey has moved to a safe location, and she is with us by phone.
Yeah, hey there, we are actually hunkered down in our news truck right now. It just got way too intense. really, if I could just explain to you what we are looking at. Obviously, you have pictures so you can see it, but it's just, it really is unfolding horribly out here. I'm seeing smoke bombs going off. I'm literally seeing one going off right in front of me, and I'm just seeing people run through the smoke. We were out there, and obviously some tear gas was deployed. It hit us directly in our faces. You have to understand, you know, you see the reporters in front of the cameras, but we have an entire crew with us, an excellent crew. So it was my photographer Anthony and our two security details who were excellent, and we were all just hit with this tear gas. It is really, really potent, and so we rushed into our truck. And we locked the doors. We can't turn on the air conditioning because we don't want any of that tear gas to get in. You know, I don't know if anyone watching has been hit with tear gas. This is night 2 for me being hit with tear gas. It is really overwhelming. It makes your eyes water. You can't breathe. So it's a lot. But what I got to tell you, the protesters are still out here. I see them putting milk over their faces. Some people are huddled up on the ground, being fanned. It is very warm out here. So when you combine a chaotic situation with heat and tear gas and really uncertainty, it can really prove for a challenging situation. So a lot of protesters still out here. In fact, I saw a crowd marching towards that barricade, and a lot of smoke out here. So for right now, I apologize that I'm not on camera, but we are going to sit in this truck until this clears out a bit, and we'll be giving you another live report in the next few moments. But we got to be safe. Our crew we have to be safe, and we just got to hunker down for right now. But what I'm seeing, again, a lot of protesters still milling about, a lot of cars taking off, and a lot of smoke. So I suspect that the police are going, and we're
good,
at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, Audrey, you're good.
Yeah.
Take a breath. Get those batteries recharged.
Yeah.
Be safe. We'll be right back to you. Let's go to Channel 2's Tom Regan. We've got Tom Regan and Tom Jones down there like Audrey. Everyone's being safe. They're going to stay smart about what they're doing and do the very best they can for all of you. Do we have Tom Regan now? Hey, Tom, talk to me.
Hey, yeah, we're on Walnut Street, just a couple blocks away from Centennial.
Love to fucking rock and roll. Love to strip up on that road. Shake that ass and hit the floor. Got me a pit says she go. Love to fucking rock and roll. Love to strip up.
Disperse the crowds to move them away from Centennial Olympic Park. Now this gentleman here is yelling, almost taunting the National Guardsmen, state police officers who are here. We've seen them moving in and around these streets, kind of pushing people back, pushing the crowds away. And as the crowds move from one place, or push away from one place, they move to another place. But this is going to be a contested confrontation here. Just about 10 minutes ago, they actually launched some tear gas on this street, and dozens of protesters dispersed. But yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, so Tom, what am I seeing here? That's National Guard. Is it one guy agitated,
No, it's
yelling?
It's actually, yes, he's yelling at them, he's approaching them, kind of taunting them, yelling at them. And there's several other protesters here you can see are right behind them.
Now, have you witnessed, Tom, pardon me, have you witnessed where, you've got a guy like that, where someone who has a different intention for the evening would maybe try to diffuse the situation? Have you seen that? Let us know when you do.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Back to
saying?
you guys.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So again, you've heard people talk about their words, not ours, agitators, as some people would describe the situation. That's Channel 2's Tom Regan there. Here's one of our Department of Transportation cameras. As you're looking at the blue lights of law enforcement, we've heard from Channel 2's Audrey Washington, the tear gas in her portion of Centennial Olympic Park. If we can get back to Channel 2's Tom Jones, the last time we heard from Tom, the last time we heard Tom, and he's gathering what he can right now.
Yeah.
It was interesting because what he said on his side.
All right, guys. That's part of what's going on downtown.
Is that it was very peaceful. It was still.
Just let you know what's going on downtown. That's part of what's going on, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, thumbs up, ring the notification bell. Don't forget about the $400 cash giveaway at 2K. Guys, I may not be down there, but I got a chance to give you what is really going on. If you can't see it, if you can't get to it, if you have no way to get to it, get on my channel and you can watch it. And come to my channel, and I have more to come. So please, guys, check this out. This is like crazy. This is crazy shit. I mean, look at that. That's fucking crazy. And this is what the world is about to be getting into and engaging themselves into. Yes, I got on my Spider-Man shirt. Hello, Spider-Man. But guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, and the notification bell. Just like that, y'all already know this video's over. Woo woo!